Good morning and welcome back to the channel. It's Saturday morning, the 4th of November, and today we're going to Sale Water Park, Parkrun. I've been there before actually, which is a bit weird because I usually try and do all these tourist parkruns, but the weird thing was last time that I think I was trying so hard that when I came through the finish line, I think I didn't collect the token somehow. And so, of course it's showing on Strava via my watch, but in terms of Parkrun, it doesn't show, so I need to tick this one off because it's not too far from Stockport, where I'm going to afterwards to see my elderly mother. So it's about 20 miles, half an hour on the M60. It's the M60 that goes around Manchester, a bit like the M25 around London. And Sale Water Park. In fact, Sale Water Park was actually formed by the work they did to construct the M60 motorway itself, and they dug and dug and dug to create all the foundations for the motorway, and that's why we've ended up with a water park there. So I'll have a breakfast and then I'll get on the road. Okay, it's 7:56 and I'm just about to depart. Should be about 25 minutes to Sale Water Park. For those of you who've watched previous videos, you know that my Lexus, supposedly the pillar of reliability, has had some battery issues. There's a battery in here, a small one. See it there? A very small battery to power up the engine management system, stereo lights. Then that massive hybrid battery that drives the wheels, that's separate. But if that battery, or if the car isn't used very much, that little battery gets depleted, and guess what? You can't start it, which is ridiculous. Right, I'm gonna get going. Hopefully I've not forgotten anything. No, I don't think so. Come on, let's get started. Right, this is the part where I start the engine, and the battery doesn't disappoint me. I think it's going to be okay. Okay, so we've arrived at Sale Water Park. The car park itself is pretty big, probably enough room for about 100 cars, I'd say. It's now about 8:30, so I'm okay for time. And I'll just take the end space, I think. That'll do nicely. Interestingly, Sale Water Park is right next to the River Mersey, which sometimes rises and floods in places like Didsbury. So last night I checked on the internet and discovered that the river levels are normal, which is amazing because it was absolutely throwing it down last night. I haven't checked Facebook this morning to see if there's any cancellations for here, but it could be that I might have to do a massive dash off to a different parkrun if I get to the meeting point and discover that it's flipping cancelled. It's a nice spot actually, and at the end of the parkrun you can have yourself a nice little coffee at the Treetops Cafe. Just checking to see whether it's definitely on, but it must be because the volunteers are here. Must be definitely on. But the amount of rain that's been the last 24 hours is ridiculous. My rain gauge has got another 2 inches in it. Unbelievable. Okay, so it turns out that it is definitely on, but I didn't speak to anybody who's walked the course. Hopefully it won't be a complete mud bath. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Not. Yes, this is the part where I do I suppose I need to do a warm-up, don't I? You know, I said before about them excavating the lake to make the foundations to the motorway. I think this is part of it here, all this rock supporting the M60. So here we are, we're actually at the lake. In fact, I used to windsurf here, you know, back in the day. If you ever see those videos of me in the that I do in the back garden, if you look to the right, you'll see there's a surfboard on top of my pergola that I've been trying to sell, but no, it's actually a windsurfing board. It's a Mistral Screamer, and I used to sail it here. The only disadvantage about windsurfing on a lake is that usually the wind's not very clean, so you can be going really well halfway across the lake and there's a massive hole in the wind and you flip and fall off. So I tended to windsurf on the coast, West Kirby or Sniger, places like that. So there you have a view of the lake. It'd probably look nice on a sunny day, wouldn't it? But it's nice. They also do water skiing here as well. I've seen them doing that. But I don't think it's going to be very busy today. I don't think so. It's freezing cold. Lots of people will think it's been cancelled because of the rain last night. So it might be a small posse today, maybe 100. I think it's usually about 150 to 200 sail water park. I'm just doing a warm-up. I've just come across this little bridge thing. This is the ideal place to fall in the river, isn't it? Oh my god. I don't really like these. My wife would probably struggle to cross that. She's got a terrible sense of balance. But it's lovely. There's actually some really lovely woods and trails that run around Sail Water Park. Apart from this, the Parkrun itself, you know, to do your warm-up, so just to come to take your dog for a walk, which I've done before. Not too far away from here is another lake called Chorlton Water Park, which is where I've done a mountain bike race or two, definitely. But usually those races are in summer, as you know, when it's light in the evenings. Right, carry on with the warm-up. Now it's getting busier. But still not mega busy. I'd say, what, 75, 80 people. Probably 100 in the end, I reckon. Yep. Time for a briefing. Oh yeah, I was saying the other day about people who can just start Parkrun by walking. It is actually called Park Walk. Look. So if you want to get into park running and you don't think you're good enough, or you can't even run, then start off with Park Walk. Have a bit of social as you walk round with the tail walker. So now we walk from the cafe and the meeting point all the way to the start, which is about 100 metres away. This is a park where last year when I came back in, August 22, I might have mentioned it before, did the whole park run, did a decent time, 26:15 I think it was, and then when I came through the finish, they gave me a token, I took it off them, and then I didn't get it scanned, I just put it in the bucket. I must have been absolutely exhausted to completely miss that part of the process. That's why I'm here again really, because it doesn't show my park run records. Okay, we're off, and I'm rapidly being overtaken by others. I'm actually taking it easy today. So here we are, and the River Mersey does look high actually. Looks very high. Lots of puddles and a very rocky surface. That's on the riverside course. Yeah, the River Mersey is really flowing fast today. Wow. This course though, very rocky. So easy to go over your ankle. Right, leaving the river course now. Being overtaken a lot. I don't care. I'm just enjoying it. I enjoy that coffee at the end. Here we are at the end of the lake. I think I better start running again. Right, we're coming to the turnaround point now. 2 point. What have we got on the board now? 2.3. I'm going very slow as you can see. But we're heading back now. But it's an out and back course. I think my average pace is probably something embarrassingly slow, like 6 minutes per kilometre. But you know what, I'm not too bothered. Okay, Probably about 3.3 kilometres now. I'm getting slower actually. Yeah, I just think it's been a bit of a shock for my system to do no exercise for like 30 days, then do an interval session, 2 aquafits this week as well. That was 2 aquafits, by the way, if you misheard me. So I don't mind. We're back on the upward curve hopefully, and you're not joking either. It's very rocky up here. You have to be very, very careful. If need be, just slow down. It's not worth twisting your ankle. I'm running at the back of the pack now. That guy in the blue, his name's Hemant. He's been sort of running and walking. It's his 5th park run, so I was giving him a well done cheer. And he's ahead of me, isn't he, as well? Okay, I finished. Oh, that's a slow one. Woo! Oh my god. Thank you. $79, apparently. Well, I enjoyed that. I just interviewed somebody who was a fairly novice park runner, a guy called Hemant, the clip before this. And I hooked up with him because as I was running around and going quite slow anyway and videoing and stopping and starting, I saw that he was doing the same thing. Probably because he's finding it tough, because that's a tough course anyway with all the rocks on the path. So in the end we just ran in together, I don't know, 6:30 per kilometre or something. Then I said to him, how do you fancy being interviewed for my fledgling YouTube channel? No pressure. And he said, yeah, I'd like to. So I did. I enjoyed it, and I think he did too. Okay, I didn't push myself at all on that run. And obviously the bit at the end, last 1.5 kilometres with Hemant, just became a recreational jog, and I enjoyed it. So I'm going to change now and go and have a coffee, because I think I deserve one. Important to reward yourself after a park run, I always say. Tell you what, we're so jammy. It's now raining, not really heavily, but heavy enough. And so the whole park run was in the dry. And in time for me to change my shoes, go for a coffee. By the way, it's called the Treetops Cafe. It's really nice actually. It's not massive, but in the summertime you can sit outside. You can see the those little gazebos, umbrella things. Very nice indeed. And now I'll go and see my mother in the care home in Stockport.